up, YouTube? My name is Carly Fries, and today I'm going to be doing a traditional video, even though it's only year 2, so technically does that even really count as a tradition? I don't know. But either way, this is my favorite beauty products of the year being 2017. Last year I talked about my favorite products of 2016, and I actually just went back to rewatch that to see if I was kind of using any of the same products, and there were a couple of repeats, so I'm just not going to mention those in this video, but mostly it's all new things, so I'm really excited to talk about what I've been using the most and enjoying the most, well, what I had been enjoying the most in 2017. I'm sure things will change in 2018 as well, but let's just get into it. So first I want to talk about like beauty products, like skincare, and then I'll get into the like makeup items. So first of all, for skincare is my favorite cleanser of the year. And with cleansers, a lot of times I don't really commit to one thing. I'll get like samples from like Sephora orders. I don't know, I just have so many skincare products, I don't really stick with one. But what I decided to do to kind of make myself stick with one item is to put it in my shower caddy, so that when I'm showering I can wash my face in the shower instead of afterwards, so that I kind of like force myself to do it more a little bit too. The last pretty much all year, well actually pretty much since we moved into this apartment, that was in, I don't remember when we moved here. Was it May, June, July? I think it was July. Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting old. Okay, anyway, when we moved here, sometime in the early summer, I bought this product, and it is the, oh, it was in my shower, so my hand, it's the outside was sticky, and now I'm sticky. It is the Biore Baking Soda Pore Cleanser, and the bottle looks like this, and from the back you can see that we're about like here. And the exfoliator that I sometimes use, I also keep it in my shower caddy, is the Dr. Brandt Pore Dermabrasion Pore Perfecting Exfoliator. So it looks like this. And yeah, so like maybe once or twice a week I will follow up my cleanser with this. I don't have a lot of problems with my skin, but like it just helps me feel fresh. So yeah, I just use it for funsies. My favorite skincare product, period, of this whole year has been the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner with rose fruit extract. It looks like this. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've heard of it. It is very popular. It is basically a facial toner, and it has like rose petals all throughout. So basically you just unscrew it. It's got like a little hole, and then you put like it on like a cotton swab, isn't that like a Q-tip? A cotton pad thing, and then you just like put it all over your face, and it's like a toner. And actually Cameron uses this as well, and he says that it helps with acne sometimes, so maybe if you want to try out for that, that could be a reason to try it. Basically this thing smells amazing. It smells like roses, like rose water, and it's not too expensive for the amount that you get. Like I've had this for, I don't know, quite a while, and I use it, and sometimes Cameron uses it, and like I'll let other people use it because I like literally want to show them how good it is. Like I use this on my mom, and the fact that it still has this much left is like, it's worth the price of the product. I actually got 2 moisturizers that I want to talk about. I use them more in the winter time. Like I used them like crazy last winter, like from like January to like March, and then again I just started up at the beginning of December because that's when my face gets on the dry side. And the first one is a Glam Glow product. It is the Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer, and it looks like this. Ooh, my light is bright. Okay. And then the inside looks like this. So it's like this pinky orange product, and it smells so good. If you've ever smelled any Glam Glow product, you kind of know what I'm talking about. It's like, a lot of people say it's like orangesicle, and like that is very accurate. So I'll use this when I'm not like, oh my god, like my face is so dry, I'm gonna die. Like that's not when I'll reach for this. Because it's not like a gel, it's like a regular moisturizer. I don't know how to, like a cream, liquidy cream thing. I'll use this when it's just like, oh, you know, it's winter, I should put a moisturizer on. But when my skin is dying, I need a gel moisturizer. Like gel moisturizers are the shit. And my favorite one for the last year has been, it's actually a drugstore product, which is rare for me because I am a pampered bitch and I like only like high-end products. This is the L'Oreal Hydra Total 5 Ultra Fresh Cream Gel Moisturizer. And what's funny is my mom was the one who showed me this product. She had it at her house last winter and my skin was dry and I was like, I need something, but like everything you own sucks. Like, do you have anything decent? She goes, oh, I just bought this. So like I tried it and I literally went out and bought it like less than a week later and I've been using it ever since. As you can tell, there's like not much left in here. But it's just like this pretty blue color and it's like a gel and it smells really good too. So I'm probably gonna have to repurchase this probably honestly in like the next month or so because I'm gonna run out. So those are the moisturizers that I would recommend. I'm gonna talk about a couple of my favorite face masks that I've been using lately because every time I take a bath I have to have a face mask, and honestly face masks are probably one of the products that I own the most of. I don't know why, I have like a box full of them, and I had recently picked up the pack of all of the Sephora clay mask kinds. So these are just a couple of them that I just like kind of picked out of the box just to show you what they look like. And yeah, they're actually not, they're like super cheap for like a good face mask, and they all come in different colors. And on the backs it describes what that specific kind of mask does. For example, this pink one, it's a pink clay mask. It says it reduces the appearance of skin irregularities and boosts the brightness of skin, whereas this blue one eliminates impurities and trace of pollution and detoxifies the skin after daily use. And this purple one provides intense hydration and smooths the skin. So like you could go through all the different kinds at Sephora and be like, okay, this is the need that I have for my skin, so I want to pick up this one. And here in Canada, I'm pretty sure they're like $10 Canadian, so probably like even like, so it'll be even cheaper if you live in the US. And I've used almost every kind at least once or twice, and I have not like run out yet. I think it's good for, it says 4 uses here. So if you buy the pack, I can't remember how much it costs, and you get like 4 uses. That's so many face masks. So yeah, I really like what Sephora did with this product, and it is something that I would recommend if you really like face masks and you don't want to buy like those like $2 cheap sheet masks, but you're also not willing to shell out like $50. Now, probably what you're more excited for is makeup. Actually, I'm more into skincare than makeup lately. I just like pampering myself, like doing my like nighttime like beauty routine. That's also another video idea that I could do. I've got lots of ideas for 2018. Yeah, let's talk about makeup now. So as always, I don't care about primers. I've got so many of them and I just don't care. So I'm not even going to give you a favorite primer because I'd be lying. Like there's no favorite primer. I just use whatever I literally reach and grab in my box. So we will start, I guess, with foundation. So I'm just gonna open up my drawers and figure out what I want to talk about. Yes, so there's a couple of, I've actually bought quite a few new foundation products this year, and I was a little unimpressed with all except one. So 2 that I bought, I know it's my favorite beauty products, but I'm just gonna like briefly mention these. So first is the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat in the shade BR20, which is too light for my skin, but that's my fault. I found it okay, but not the best foundation. I put it on Cameron for a video that we did that's actually coming out around Valentine's Day. I do my boyfriend's makeup video, and his skin was like so bad for the next couple of days. So I don't know if it's just like he's a boy, he's not used to wearing makeup. I don't know, but like I'm now a little scared of this. But before that, it was pretty good. And the MAC Studio Fix foundation in the shade NW10 was also too light for me, which again is totally my fault. Besides that, it's a good foundation as well. I'm really liking MAC products lately. The foundation that I bought at the very beginning of 2017 continues to be my favorite foundation. It's my favorite foundation brand for the last few years. I think the reason why I didn't talk about it in my video last year is because they stopped making, or they stopped stocking my shade in the like regular liquid foundation at my Sephora, so I stopped buying it, so I couldn't really say it was my favorite. But it's the Makeup Forever foundation. It's the Ultra HD foundation line, yeah, I had to finally actually try out a stick foundation because I couldn't find the liquid one in my shade at all anywhere, and it turns out that this is the best foundation ever. I didn't like the idea of stick foundation, but I mean, this worked better than any other foundation that I've ever used. So this is, yeah, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick, and it is in the shade 115, which is my shade. Yeah, so it's just like this foundation stick that you put on your face and then you blend in with your makeup brush, and yeah, whether you want the stick version or the liquid version, like this is a very full coverage foundation, so if that's what you're looking for, like Makeup Forever knows how to do their foundations, let me tell you that. Did talk about this product last year, but it's going to be a repeat. It is my favorite concealer, which is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer, and I use this under my eyes. It's very thick, it's very sticky. I use a like flat synthetic brush to kind of make a V shape and then dab it in and then blend it out with a micro beauty blender. Yeah, once you set it, it like won't move, even if it like when you're if you touch it by accident, like it just comes off. It's really thick and like it's gonna cover everything. If you don't want too much of a full coverage, I also tried out the Morphe concealer. This one is in the shade Bare Skin. Kind of concealers that have like the wand, so you just kind of like put it under there, and again you just blend it out. As an alternative, if I'm like, I don't really care how long, like it's not gonna be a long day, my makeup doesn't have to stay on forever. I have two favorite setting powders of 2017, and they're actually more like the second half of 2017 because my other setting powder, I ran out of it, so I was forced to buy a new one. So instead I bought two new ones, and they're both good in different ways. The first one, which is probably my favorite of the two, is the IT Your Skin But Better CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder Sheer to Full Coverage Finishing Veil. That was long. So this is the packaging, and then when you open it up, the first layer has the product, and then the second layer has like a little powder puff. This one is good for like if you don't want like a super thick like cakey layer, like obviously you don't want it to be cakey, but like you just want like to cover it up but like not too full coverage, then I use this. If I want like a full coverage, or actually like this one's the second one's a little too dark for my skin tone. Oh, by the way, this is in Fair because I'm pale. The second one is a little darker for my skin tone. It is also in Fair, weirdly, but it still seems darker on my skin and more high coverage. It is the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Tinted Pressed Finishing Powder. Why do powders always have really long names? But it just looks like this, and the inside looks like that. No surprise, you all know what powder looks like. You're not idiots. I'm sure some of you are, but I just called my viewers idiots. That's right, Carly. Call the 8 people who watch your videos idiots. That's a way to get bans. Next product is bronzer, and I like this bronzer not just for the way that it looks on my face, I'm wearing it right now, but also for just the product itself, because I was always used to like really small bronzers before now, but then after buying this, like my bronzers need to be big. They need to be thick. 5 C's. This is the Marc Jacobs bronzer, and it is in the shade 102 Tantric. So again, it looks like this, and then when you open it up, it looks like this, and it's huge and it's pretty. Why do I never have favorite blushes? So I don't have a favorite blush shade. Like last year, I have a favorite blush product because I like my blushes not individual, like in palettes, so it's hard to like just choose my favorite out of the bunch. So this year I used the Tarte Blush Bazaar, and it's Amazonian Clay Blush Palette, probably the most of anything, and it's a very cute round packaging, and the inside just has a shit ton of blushes and like 2 highlighters. So basically I just used the crap out of this all year. Highlighter, I've got a couple. So Becca Cosmetics always delivers. This is in Prosecco Pop. I got this in a BoxyCharm, I'm pretty sure, and it just looks like that. It's very, very, very pretty. Also got 2 other highlighters that I really liked from Sephora this year, and Golden Hour, this one, so it's like an orangey one, and then there's a purpley one that's in Twilight, rightly named, and purple and pink highlighters are like my favorites. On to eyeshadows. I've got 3 palettes that were my absolute favorites this year, and let me say it's not easy to choose because I bought like an excessive amount of palettes. First one of the 3 that I bought this year was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Everyone was talking about this, and rightly so, because it's beautiful. You can tell that I used it a lot. And I was really, really digging that palette, and I thought I was like, ooh, I found a good palette. I am done. I can die happy. But I lied to myself, because then I bought, actually I don't know in what order I bought them, but I got the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, which is kind of similar to that, but it's got a lot more like really awesome shimmery shades in it, as you can tell. This is like a really fun palette, like for like some crazy looks. Also just like the design is pretty, like there's got these eyes like on the inside of the palette, and just like the cover itself, like this is probably one of my favorite, actually this is definitely my favorite like eyeshadow palette cover, that's for sure. And then my absolute favorite palette of the year would definitely have to be Sephora's own Sephora Pro palette, and this is the Warm palette, of course, because that's pretty much all I wear are like warm shades, and I'm actually like the look that I'm wearing right now is from was created with using the shadows in this palette, and it's this huge thing, like this beautiful huge thing, and it like looks like this, and it's got so many like different like nudie shades and oranges, and like these like gold kind of, like they almost look grainy gold. Like this is actually what I use to like make my eye, like I don't know, like there's some pretty colors here, and they're all really pigmented and good quality, and like some Sephora products are like but this, like I've even seen the other palettes. I really want to get like the cool palette and the other palette, I can't remember what it's called as well, but this is a must-have. Like you should have whichever tone like of shades you like you need to pick yourself up at least one of the 3. I think there's only 3 palettes like this, but it's just fun to hold because it's so big. It's like, it makes you feel like super professional. Like if I was a makeup artist professionally, I would definitely like bring this with me and be like, yeah, but let me take out my giant briefcase sized palette. Last year I noticed I didn't even mention any setting sprays, so I'll just mention 2 this year to make up for that. First of all, there's the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray, which I've been using for years, and I never even really considered another one until I went to MAC and ended up buying a bunch of stuff there. I've always wanted the MAC's Fix Plus setting spray, so I bought into that. And actually, I like this one still more as a like face setting spray. I find that what's really important for me is that when you spray it, it doesn't like all just go in one section. Like this is very good at like, it's like it really is a spray and not a like shoot you in the eye like type of thing. Whereas this is really good for like wetting makeup brushes when you want to do like a like shimmery look and like you kind of need the product to be a little like moist. I hate myself for using that word, but it was required in this context. I could have said another word, but yeah, as an actual setting spray for the face, this is definitely my go-to. In fact, I've even got two just in case. Finally, the last product that I'm going to talk about is lipsticks. So actually, the one I'm wearing right now is part of the new Sephora lipstick collection. What is that called? I don't know. They're really cheap, like they're $10 each, they're lipsticks. From that whole line, there's so many shades, and like there's some matte, there's some creamies, there's some like shimmery ones, and so I bought like a couple of each. I've got like a whole bunch of them. So this one that I'm wearing right now is called Spring Break, and it looks like this. And then just another one that I really like is in the shade We, and it looks like this. I know they probably don't look very different, but the one I have on is a little more like pinky red, whereas this is more of a nude. I've also got like an orange or red. Like I bought like, I'm putting it in the wrong. Am I putting it? Why can't I get it? And besides that, I really haven't been buying many lipsticks like from other brands because I'm so satisfied with my lipstick subscription from Kiss Me. Basically, they just come out with 3 new lipsticks each month. If you watch my videos, you've seen me unbox a shit ton of these. They're liquid lipsticks, and I just wear these pretty much all the time because I've got so many of them now. Let me count how many I have. I've got almost 20 of these. So like, and I keep getting 3 more each month, so like I don't need to buy really any other lipsticks, even though I just said I just bought a shit ton of these. I've got a lot of credit card debt. So yeah, on that note, that's all the favorite products of 2017 that I wanted to talk about today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what some of your favorite products were, or if you have opinions on any of the products that I showed in this video. And if you're not subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!